My name is Miriam Kagoe. I went through the study called Zindua in 2019 together with friends. I don't regret going through the study. Zindua is a compilation of lessons written by people who have walked the path that I'm walking right now. I gleaned into a lot of wisdom based on what had been put down. My friends and I had a light bulb moment every time we went through a topic, and it resonated with the seasons of our lives and everything we were going through at the time. I'll talk about when dreams become a nightmare. That's the part that I stopped to take stock of where my life was, and I realized that I wasn't doing very well. I thought life had earned me the right to a good living and that my dreams would fall in place as soon as I grew to a level higher, in terms of age and maturity and even more control over my life. But there was a part of me that wasn't coming together. And so I stopped to take stock of how that part took control of my entire life. And I realized that I was retrogressing. I thought I had everything put together. But then what this topic did to me is to enable me to forge forward, even though some dots were not connecting. All that came about because I was able to see failures, I saw disappointments, injustices, and things that I hadn't planned for in my space. Putting a block into my dreams and not allowing me to progress. I must admit that there's also a part where I feel God allowed it to happen the way it did, but there's also a part that happened because of misplaced priorities. We juggle many balls in life, and this study brought about the need to keep all these balls in the air. There were some mistakes, there were some things that I placed a very high value on. They were taking the center stage and that were really not so important at the time. With this study, I learned the importance of using my time, my energy, my resources, including my social circle, to advance in spite of the nightmares that were around me. I learned the importance of using my time well, and that's because some windows are closing and I may never have the time or the energy to do these things again. It was also clear that I needed to find significance and impact in spite of things not working. And so at the thought of this, I was able to pick myself together and try fix things that I had control over. I also learned that some mistakes were very costly. Some things that I had done were irreparable, and that they had affected me either socially, physically, mentally, financially. So I was able to be aware of my input towards the nightmares that are the dream that had become a nightmare. I'm glad I did that. Now I know what I need to do with what I have, in spite of things not going the way I had planned. I feel more fulfilled. I also understand the need to do what is in God's heart in spite of things not working the way I had planned. I also want to do my best so that at the end of life, I will know that I did what I needed to do. Because of Zindua, I have made it my business to thrive in spite of things not coming together the way I had envisioned. I want to be happy at the end of it all that I used my time, my resources, my knowledge to do what I needed to do at the time when I should have done it. I will thrive in spite of losses, in spite of delays, and in spite of things, my dreams not looking the way I thought they would. I'm also conscious of the fact that God wants to use me even in my space right now. Before Zindua, I had thrown everything up in the air just because of that one tiny bit that didn't look like what I wanted it to be. But now I understand how much God is counting on me even through the experiences that He's allowed me to go through.